Hello, fragment connectors. Welcome back to fragment connecting. I'm kind of like leaning back a bit because my back hurts a bit, but I don't know if that actually makes a difference or not. We're getting kind of close, I think. We're like clear. Can't do that. Can't do that. We can't do that. We can do this? Probably. And we can do that. Oh, raw sea urchin's the freaking thingy from what we did last episode, right? There you go. Okay. Let's do club first, since that one seems a lot more singular compared to everything else. While the other one seems like it'll be leading to the 4th year. It should be exciting, by the way. That's a big mystery. Anyways, school is the children's world. The values of grown-ups don't apply. Children decide their own values and create their own world. So the rules of the grown-up world of the village don't mean anything here. Even when the villagers badmouth the Hojo family and try to isolate them, that has no meaning at our school. This is Mian, right? Or maybe. I feel like Mian said the same thing somewhere else. Oh, with Rika, I think. In the children's world, children decide the rules. Rules they think are irrational don't exist here. That's why, as a representative for the children here, I vow that I will never let any irrational rules come into our world. Yeah, it's Mian. Me. Within the school, no harassment is allowed towards the Hojo siblings. In the very beginning, some boys teased Satoko, but they were punished severely and it hasn't happened ever since. That's the least I can do to resist the madness of the village. So I hope Satoshi and Satoko both feel that the school is a safe place for them. Satoshi must notice my concern because he often smiles when he's here. However, I never see Satoko smile. Satoko's classmates used to try to cheer her up, but soon after they decided that it was best to just leave her alone. I used to try to talk to her, but when I realized something, I stopped doing that. I'm a member of the Sonozaki family. To Satoko, I'm one of her enemies, so I'm sure she feels uncomfortable to have me around her. All I can do is watch over her. That's why Satoko is alone in the classroom. That said, Rita-chan is always hanging around with her. Even though Satoko told her she was annoying, Satoshi too is always beside her. So this is oh yeah, okay. Yeah, she is taking her shots before this. We do know that. These two are the only ones who remain by her side. It isn't limited to Satoko, of course. The malicious isolation is still continuing towards the Hojo family. Because their hysterical aunt is so hostile towards her neighbors, there's nobody who sympathizes with her. Oh, this is far back. This is pre-second murder. So, pre-second incident. Or, whatever. Second curse thing. It's wise to know there are fights worth picking and also fights better set aside. If the aunt had even a little tolerance or self-control, this isolation wouldn't have continued. Of course, the villagers were the ones who forced them into that role, even though they weren't related to the issue. But if she had stayed quiet, then it wouldn't have gone so far. The aunt's hostility is one thing, but she's dragging everyone in the family into it as well. The uncle and the aunt haven't even been getting along, and he hardly wait, oh, I'm stupid. This is 4th year. Yeah, I was like, why am I confused? For some reason, I thought she was talking about Satoko's mom. Derp, that's my fault. My bad. Both Satoshi and Satoko are forced to live in shame. The aunt vents her stress by harassing Satoko. This was the same too. The ant is her guardian after all, but Satoto doesn't even try to hide her distrust, so things aren't going smoothly between them. If she had behaved like Satoshi, then she wouldn't have been made into a target. So does that mean the sad life Satoto is living right now is something she caused herself? No, it doesn't. But no matter how much I sympathize and how much I want to help her, nobody knows what to do. An apology won't change the situation. The flow can't be reversed. The fact that the Hojo family is ostracized by their entire village can't be changed. That's the horribleness lurking underneath our lives. The neighbors, the village, and the community. Once they become your enemies, the world can become so cruel. Japanese people have known that since ancient times, which is why we cultivate empathy and an obligation to show courtesy to one's neighbors. No matter who I blame, Satoto won't smile. So the only thing I can do is watch over her and make sure that she's safe when she's at school.
ありがとう、ミオ。え？ごめん、何？貞子にいつも気を使ってくれてありがとうって。
Satoshi's kind of appears absent-minded, but sometimes he says things as if he can read your thoughts. I tried to deny it since it's out of character for me, but he smiled as if he could tell exactly what I was thinking.
貞子は笑顔の浮かべ方を忘れてしまっただけなんだよ。学校にいるときは本当に少しだけ肩の力を抜ける時間を得られてる。それはきっと貞子にとってとても優しい時間になってるって思ってるよ。
おじさんが気を使えるのはせいぜいこの程度だしね。
そんなことないよ。僕も感謝してるよ。
よしてよ。感謝されることなんかないって。迷惑かけてるのは多分うちなんだしさ。
そんなこと思ってないよ。全然。
I'm not good at reading people's subtle cues, but I know for sure what he just said is a lie. Yeah. Satoshi knows that he and his family are being isolated because of the Sonozakis, and he is of course aware that I am a member of the Sonozaki family too. Satoshi is mature, and that's the only reason he doesn't take it out on me. If he had the same temper as his aunt, he would hate me bitterly. Knowing that, the least I can do is not get close to them. But I'm a meddlesome person, and when I see Satoto looking depressed, or Satoshi forcing himself to smile, I have to do something. That might be even more troublesome to Satoshi and Satoto, though.
私、聡子の気持ちを全然理解してないのかな。
どうして？
聡子が辛い思いをしてる一番の原因はうちにある。そこの娘の私が聡子の周りをうろちょろすることはその空気の読めてないことなのかなって。
そんなことはないよ。ミオンはそれくらいがちょうどいいと思うけどな。
何よそれ。私は無神経な方がぴったりだって言うの？
そういう意味じゃないよ。その空気というのが聡子から笑顔を奪っているのなら、そんな空気なんか全然気にしない人じゃなきゃ聡子に笑顔は戻せないって思ってるから。
うまいこと言ってるけど、さりげなくおじさんのことバカにしてるでしょ。ひどいな。
バカにしてなんかいないよ。助けてほしいだけなんだよ。
え？
僕一人の力じゃ聡子に笑顔は戻せない。ミオンみたいな力強い人の助けがいるんだよ。
でも私 野崎家のミオンだよ。私なんかが無神経なことやったらかえって聡子を傷つけるかも。
その空気が聡子を一人ぼっちにしているのに、だからミオンも聡子を一人ぼっちにするのかい。
This is the first time Satoshi has asked me for something so aggressively. Satoshi is a very important person to him. He's saying he needs my help to make her smile again. But still, no, maybe he's right. What's going on between the Sonozaki family and the Hojo family is an issue among the grown-ups. We children don't need to care about that. The irrational rules of the grown-ups don't mean anything in our world. So I have to object the irrationality of the grown-up world using methods of my own.
聡子は本当に私のこと迷惑に思わないかな。
初めは少しは思うかもしれない。でも僕も一緒だから。ミオンと一緒だから。すぐに打ち解けるよ。
そうかな。今日学校が終わったら聡子を遊びに誘ってみる？
家に帰るとおばさんにいろいろ言われて表に出られなくなってしまうかもしれない。
なら簡単だね。家に帰らずに遊べばいいんだ。
でも帰りがあまりにも遅くなると何の道草を食っていたんだと。
ならさ、あれだあれだ。
Song? Sounds nice. I feel like we've heard it before, but it's also like kind of sick.
部活動に加わったっていうのは
This is a wholesome episode. Or fragment.
部活？
うん。部活ってことにして学校で遊んでから帰ればいいじゃん。だって学校から帰らないでそのまま遊んでる男の子だって大勢いるんだしね。全然問題ないよ。
あ、でも服を汚すとまたおばさんに。
ならさ、アウトドアじゃなくてインドア中心にすればいいわけよ。それなら服も汚れないしね。
インドアってことは教室？でもあんまり暴れると千恵先生に。
インドアで暴れずに、だけれども熱く遊ぶことは可能なんだよ。おじさん、こう見えてもゲームが大好きでね、海外ものの貴重なものとか結構集めてたりするのさ。
Guess I've never been in an intense... Well, I was gonna say board game match, but they don't really play board games, but still. Of course you can have some really fun times.
マニュアルが英語だったり難しかったりで対戦
Playing
してくれる
indoor
相手がいなく
games, I
て
guess,
依
is
存
what
し
I
ちゃっ
want
て
to
るの
say.
が多いんだけどね。
Let's play some Pop-Up Pirate. The true goated game.
聡子にも遊べるかな？
もちろん。ルールなんてね、わかんなかったらその場で作っちゃえばいいんだよ。全員が同じルールに従う以上、どんなルールだったって公平なんだからね。
I said it so confidently, but would bringing games from home and asking Satoshi to play with us actually make her smile again? What have I got to lose? Maybe I'll bring one of the board games tomorrow. Dude, I thought board games were banned. Never mind.
あとさ、ミオン。
Job?
相談があるんだけど。
Yeah, I just remember we need the job thing. It probably comes from here.
おじさんで乗れる相談なら何でも聞いてよ。
僕、アルバイトを探してるんだ。聡子を元気づけるのに、誕生日に素敵なプレゼントをしたら喜ぶかなって思って。
Oh, and once you get the bear, it goes for the oyster thing. Okay. That was a fun episode. Wholesome one with Mion. Some Satoshi. I like that. Hey, we're starting off one of these fragment episodes in and a kind of a wholesome light. They're usually like pretty depressing. So what was for that? Well, this will lead to this. Wasn't there something, a part-time job? Forgot where it was though. I don't see it right now. Oh, it's right here. Duh. Okay, so this is the only one, I think. Yeah. Ooh, exciting, exciting. Okay. Let's get nervous. Or, not nervous. Cursed. My harsh and brutal days are still continuing without end. The situation between my aunt and Satoko remains the same. My aunt yells at Satoko for no reason every night. Hey, is this Mayatashi hint? Question mark? It reads the same. I don't remember every single hint ever in this game. Think again, this was like dirty or crumpled notebook or whatever in Mayatashi. I think it was the second hint after chapter 2 because the first one was Shion. There you go. My memory does not fail. Sometime. My memory will never fail some of the time. There you go. So my aunt's yelling goes on and on forever. Satoko's crying goes on and on too. When Satoko sees me, she grabs onto me. She hides behind my back and tries to ignore my aunt's yelling. She always comes to seek my help. Satoko doesn't open up to anyone but me. So if I don't protect her, she'll be devastated. That security is something our parents didn't grant to Satoko. I have to be the one to provide it. But every day, day after day, every time Satoko cries, every day, day after day. Satoko grabbed onto me while crying yesterday. I patted her head, but along with pity, a different emotion came to me. Annoyance, tiredness. I wanted to grasp her head and smash it against the wall. Oh, it's a little bit more extreme than I was thinking. What an unbelievably devilish and awful emotion. No. I can't think that. No, it's not that I can't think it, I just can't acknowledge that feeling. Since that day, there's been someone else inside of me. Someone is trying to eat me up from the inside and switch places with me. When Satoko begs for my help while crying, that person tries to make me spell out some awful and hateful words that are sure to damage Satoko forever. Also, it's a nice callback to Mayatashi. I was definitely I was talking about how Shion kept saying that she wasn't in control of her body. She was just like watching from afar, almost like a spirit image or whatever. And I was like, oh, that sounds kind of sus. And this is the same. So and I think this is like the same thing that's happening. And it's basically just the mental state that the disease puts you in. So like, even though you don't want to act the way you are, you can't help but do it, and that's why they keep saying that it feels like someone else is controlling them. So, I mean, I guess it's kind of obvious, but putting it out into words is always better. IMO. Leave me alone. Don't grab onto me. Go away. No. I can't. To prevent him from taking over my body, I clenched my stomach and drove him out. I managed to do that. But that wasn't it. That person is coming after me, trying to get back inside of me. I won't let such a scary thing get back inside of me. He knows there's no room to slip into my heart as long as I keep it held shut like this. So he stopped trying and instead is following right behind me. He is waiting for me to let my guard down. When I walk, he walks right behind me. He's breathing down my neck. He follows me everywhere, and when I lie down, he stares down at me. He's waiting for the right moment to jump back inside of me so he can hurt Satoto. It's been so hot lately. Maybe the heat is getting to me, and that's why I think things like this. I'm the only family Satoto has, so I have to protect her from the ant for the rest of my life. That's my eternal duty. Well, probably not the rest of your life. I mean, eventually you can probably ditch town, you know? The rest of my life. Forever. Well, what I mean is, like, not forever. Do I really need to do that forever? If only Satoto. But I'm her only family. But it's because of my aunt. But it's because of the villagers too. It's almost Watsunidashi. Some irresponsible people are saying that the curse will once again fall upon Hinamizawa. They're also saying it will fall upon me and Satoto for sure. Maybe it's just my imagination, but lately the villagers expecting it are giving me especially sharp looks. I feel like I'll be killed on the day of the Watsunidashi. Of course, there's no reason why I would be killed, and it's just my imagination. Pat, pat, pat. Don't come inside of me. Satoto's my only sister in my family, so don't tell me those awful things. Pat, 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 pat. Stop, stop. Don't come this way, don't come this way. Those footsteps came up right behind me, and the hand touched me on the shoulder. Rena. Hey, this is the moment she was talking to Shion about, probably. Kana. I must have been acting weird. Rena looked worried. Her name is Rena Ryudu. She just moved here and transferred to my school. Nobody remembers her, but supposedly she lived here in Hinamizawa a long time ago. In fact, she hardly remembers anything about Hinamizawa either. I wonder why, like, no one remembers her. Like, she would have been, like, the same age as Mion and stuff. Did they not, like, play around? It's not like it's a big village or anything, but who knows? Since Mion is the only other classmate who's my age, I'm glad she's my friend. She usually carries on happily alongside Mion, but occasionally she shows more feminine consideration. Kana. Did I miss those? I feel like we haven't got those in a long time. Well, at least this arc. Her immediate answer made me realize I wasn't myself. She knows that my problem isn't physical, but a mental one. This is just something I think to myself, but even though Rena seems like a very easygoing person, maybe she's more perceptive than she appears. Although she just transferred, she already knows quite a bit about me and my sister, and also about the situation with the villagers. But talking about it won't solve anything. Actually, if I talked about it, I feel like I'd be admitting to my weakness, which might give that person a chance to get inside of me again. Yeah, well, talking about it would, as we learned in this game, will actually solve things. So it's understandable. Understandable emotions. Ooh, that was a staged ho. That like is that how you say it's staged? It's kind of a cursed how.
それはなぜか最近誰かにずっと後をつけられているような錯覚がしてね。
This is also Rena at her peak Oh, Yashiro-sama worshipping, so.
ひたひたペタペタだからそれかと思ってってごめん僕は一体何を言ってるんだか
足音ついてくるの？
え？
私その足音知ってる。
Dun dun dun! Thanks, Rena. Alright. We only have one. It's bad for a while. We only have one path, right? Unless we can spice it up. Nah, we need the curse. I think we still need that. A bat to beat her to death is required. Alright, I think that's pretty linear how this is going to go. You know, boom, boom, boom. But maybe not all tonight.
そうですか。
いえ
いえ、届けなんていりません。サトシ君は我がひなみ沢ファイターズの頼もしい選手なんですからね。席はちゃんと開けてあります。いつでも戻ってきていいんですからね。
わかりません当分は戻ってこれないと思うので一度退部にしてもらった方がいいと思いまして
Satoshi-kun says he wants to quit the Hinamizawa fighters. I know very well Satoshi-kun and Satoto-chan's situation. So I was expecting that he might say this. Actually, this is like gonna be a pretty big reveal, because you know Rita's mom got dissected. But there's no way Satoshi... I mean, I can see Irie dissecting Rita's mom, even though it would really suck, and it might not have happened, honestly. But like, there's no way. Like, I guess, yeah, Satoshi's disappearance. I'm excited. I feel like it's actually like a pretty good chance that he actually skipped town. But also that could have just easily been a setup by the Mountain Dog, so... Oof. The relationship between Satoto-chan and her aunt has gotten worse, to the point that it can be considered abuse. When someone from the Child Consultation Center came, of course her aunt behaved herself. Then immediately after, her harassment turned even more vicious. According to the neighbors, the aunt's scolding of Satoto-chan and Satoto-chan's crying can be heard nightly, and sometimes it goes on past midnight. Satoto-chan's weekly physical checkup results are slowly growing worse, and we're trying to keep her stable by increasing her medication. But unless her relationship with her aunt improves, she's sure to go terminal and sink into madness. Although she isn't the type to become deranged even at the terminal stage, she's the type who holds everything in, harboring her insanity inside. Just like she pushed her parents off the cliff 2 years ago, Satoto-chan may kill her aunt. Thanks to the Mountain Dogs, the incident was resolved as an accident and Oishi stepped aside, although he's still suspicious. If something like that happens again around Satoto-chan, he's sure to investigate her mercilessly. I can't do anything more about Satoto-chan's environment changing for the worse. So I'm not surprised to hear that Satoshi-kun wants to quit the baseball team so he can be with his sister more.
実は僕アルバイトを始めるんです
What is that Satoshi face? That seems like a rare Satoshi face. I haven't been doing any thumbnails, by the way. They've all been auto-generated. Just, yeah, but, you know, just in case we want the rare Satoshi.
それであまり野球に出られなくて
アルバイトですか。何か買いたいものでもあるんですか。
A freaking huge teddy.
はいもうすぐ 聡子の誕生日なんです。聡子が欲しがっているぬいぐるみがあるので、それをプレゼントしてやりたいと思いまして。
That's right. I remember the birth date on her insurance card. I think it's June 24th. What's her insurance card? Just a general one? I don't know. I don't have an insurance. Unless it's the card thing. Actually, I don't know. I don't think I have an insurance card. Right after the Watanashi festival. I'm social security card, but even that's not even a card anymore.
そうですか。
Well, it is, but it's like I don't know where mine is.
サトシ君は本当に妹思いのお兄さんですね。それはきっとサトコちゃんも喜んでくれるでしょう。
喜んでくれると嬉しいです。
She better be, dude. I can tell Satoshi-kun is also stressed out. To him, seeing Satoshi-chan being harassed is the same as being harassed himself. His stress can be released through moderate exercise, such as with sports, and also with plenty of rest. If Satoshi-chan is being yelled at nightly, then it's easy to figure out that Satoshi-kun isn't getting enough sleep either. I don't know what kind of job he's starting, but I don't think he'll be able to vent his stress on it. I think he's a grocery store guy. In fact, I don't like the idea of Satoshi-kun taking a part-time job because he's already so worn out in every way. Yeah, can you spot some muns? I asked him if he wanted to help him pay for the present, but of course he declined the offer. At least you tried. It's a present from him, so he wants to earn the money himself. He's taking this part-time job only to earn enough money to buy Satoshi-chan's present, so it'll be a temporary thing. If it's just for a short period of time, maybe it won't be that bad. Well, I want to stop him from working because I don't want him to get even more stressed. Since he says Satoshi-chan's birthday is near, I don't think I can stop him. Satoshi-kun is determined. If I say any more, I may lose his trust. So I have to accept his leave of absence.
そうだ、監督。
Can I keep the bat? Practice my swing?
バットを一本借りていってもいいですか？
I completely misunderstood his words. Later I found out he carried around that bat to protect himself, and realized that even then he was already showing some dangerous symptoms. He believed there would be a fourth mysterious death this year, and that he would be the victim. He became obsessed with the idea that someone was after his life. That is a symptom of Hinamizawa syndrome's terminal stage. But although I was involved so deeply with the syndrome, I was careless.
バットですか？はて、何に使うんですか？
Gotta practice my swing for Koshin when I return. Satoshi-kun had his own bat. Oh, that's... yeah, I was wondering. That's why I thought he was going to ask if he can take his bat home. And then he asked if he can borrow it. But I don't know. So he should have asked if he could take it home, but instead he asked if he could borrow it. When I think about it now, he said it that way to lighten his guilty conscience. But how could I have known then?
いえ、その野球にはそんなに来れなくなりますけど、でもきっと一人で素振りの練習をするくらいの時間は取れると思うので。
それはいいですね。そういうことならぜひ持って行ってください。素振りをするときは十分周りを確認して危険がないよう注意してからやってくださいね。ご近所迷惑でなければタイヤを吊るしてそれを打つのもいい練習になるでしょう。
Swinging a bat can release stress, so letting him take his bat home will help. That's what I thought. But that was a huge mistake. I realized it only when things were already past the point of no return. Uh-oh. Takano's senses are probably already ringing. Look, getting her dissection kit ready for the next curse. It's interesting though that Takano didn't really like plan a lot of these. I mean, she planned the third one, so I guess maybe that's wrong. So she could actually plan the fourth one. Just we'll have to see. Death of the Auntie. Let's get the ball rolling. I'm here. I want to see it all. We were prepared to respond quickly this year. It's a Weishi. That was why we were able to start the investigation immediately by just securing the crime scene. The victim is the wife of the younger brother of the Hojo couple, so she's an extremely suitable target for the fourth year's curse of Oyashiro-sama. She has a horrible reputation among the locals. After the incident, everyone said she deserved to be cursed. I have a general idea of who the culprit must be. It's probably Satoshi Hojo. That innocent-looking kid. There's even a motive. The deceased abused his sister relentlessly. So this would be in revenge for that. Also, when he attended the inspection of the crime scene, he was rather frantic, yet also far too composed, as if he was totally unrelated to the incident. I mean, let's just see. Dude, enough questions. We're getting answers. Also train, but ignore it. My intuition from many years of police work tells me that the 8 or 9 times out of 10 someone will act like that is a perp. I have no concrete proof, but if I question him and shake him up a bit, I have a feeling he'll confess.
これだけ仏をめった打ちにしていれば、星も返り血を少なからず浴びたものと思います。そいつが見つけられれば決め手になりそうですね。
まあよっぽどの間抜けでなけりゃ処分してるでしょうね。犯行を認めた後に捨てたと称する場所から発見できれば、検察も納得してくれるでしょう。
This was pretty insignificant as a standalone case. A confession from Satoshi Hojo would end it. Everyone except me must have believed that. But if I look at it as a part of the series of mysterious deaths, it won't be so easy. Either the 3 families of the village or the Sonozaki family alone is directly involved in this. If they're the ones pulling the strings, they must have instigated Satoshi Hojo into committing the crime. If so, Satoshi Hojo is someone who knows way too much about them. The Sonozaki family's actions must remain hidden. If he could connect them to the crime, would they let him run away around freely? Satoshi Hojo is a loving brother who cares very much for his sister, and they set him up to kill his aunt as a 4th year's curse. After that, they will eliminate the one person who can connect them to the crime. Satoshi Hojo is not just a simple criminal. He was set up. After that, my suspicions were confirmed, for he abruptly vanished. He disappeared in such a puzzling way. He didn't run because he was afraid that his crime had come to light. Another culprit came into the picture. He was already arrested for a different crime, and furthermore, he died while in prison. That's a mountain dodge doing like 100%. He confessed to the information only the culprit himself would have known. Therefore, he must be the culprit. But as he's already dead, the investigation was closed. Then Satoshi Hojo disappeared a few days after the festival. It's obvious that someone doesn't want Satoshi Hojo to be connected to this incident. My boss put pressure on me to close the investigation and to file Satoshi Hojo's disappearance as a separate incident. He even handed the case over to a different section. The way this case is closing so rapidly greatly resembles the same trick used 2 years ago with the Hojo couple's accident. There's no doubt it's the work of someone who can put pressure on the police. As it happens, The Sonozaki family is the only one who can actually exert influence on the police department here in the Hinamizawa area. Unlucky. I mean, Oishi's like sharp. He's like really good, just considering on what he knows. But like, I mean, even the greatest detectives can't really theorize into the secret Irie clinic organization thing going on, I assume. They may think their trails are covered, but this points towards them more clearly than anything. According to my informant, Oryu Sonozaki mentioned the fourth year's curse at the family meeting and hinted that she was the one behind it all. Yeah, good memes. Oryu's like bluff thing actually also didn't help much in terms of Oishi's thing. Hinting isn't strong enough evidence, but there's no mistaking that Oryu Sonozaki is the one pulling the strings. I know they're the ones who did it in the old man, but I just can't grab them. The principal offender's still on the loose, but I'm sure he's being sheltered somewhere by the Sonozaki family. Yeah, his brain's mush now. I have to locate him and find that missing right arm. I return the arm to his grave and make the principal offender and the masterminds bow down before it. However, just like how Satoshi Hojo disappeared, it's possible the principal offender has already been eliminated. I bet he's already been killed and buried somewhere nobody can find him. If that's the case, then that's fine. I'll make the old babe who ordered someone to kill the old man slam her forehead on the ground before his grave. This, I swear. After the fourth year's curse, people are already saying something will happen again next year. Even with all my preparations, I couldn't prevent the incident from happening this time. It's too late if something happens. I must keep my eyes on the core of the village before something takes place. There's a reason why I have to get to the bottom of this by next year. Because I'm retiring. My mother has been wanting to go back to her hometown in Hokkaido for a long time. She's been asking me to move there when I retire. I feel that's the least I can do for her, so I agreed to move to Hokkaido when I retire. So next year's my last chance to avenge the old man's death. It happened 4 years in a row, so more than likely there will be a fifth curse too. As a result of the series of mysterious deaths, the village has been tightly knit together since the damn protests. They were told that betrayers will be punished in the name of the curse. To the masterminds, that's enough reason to continue the series of mysterious deaths. According to the rumors, this year's victim, the aunt, was cursed because she didn't participate in the Watanashi festival. So there are villagers who believe that if they don't participate in next year's Watanashi, they'll be cursed. It'll be a huge festival next year for sure. Something will happen. The series of mysterious deaths in Hinamizawa, also known as the Curse of Oyashiro-sama. I will avenge the old man. I definitely will. There you go, Oishi. Maybe this starts your time to shine. Want to see a final showdown between Oishi and Takano? A knife fight? Dude. Or Oishi. It's probably more likely Oishi and like Okinori. Hey, we're clearing. I think we can actually do this. Actually, we can't do that. Anyways, we're gonna do one more. I think you know what it is. Forced sacrifice. Let's see what happens. I'm pretty sure he gets dissected, honestly. Unless he somehow escapes. The villager was in an uproar. Because the fourth mysterious death in a row, which everyone believed would happen, actually did. Satoshi-chan's aunt was killed. All the villagers feel rather satisfied about this incident, saying the curse finally fell on her for being a local troublemaker. But I know the truth. When I saw the beaten up body at the crime scene, I knew Satoshi-kun was responsible for it. Her abuse towards Satoshi-chan was getting worse and worse. Satoshi-kun wanted to protect her, so he brought home a baseball bat. All the signs were there, so I didn't even need to hear it from Satoshi-kun. Yet I couldn't avoid questioning myself. I felt bad for the Hojo siblings, who had no one on their side, so I tried to be their ally. In the end, I failed to be any help to them. The phone rang. It was Satoshi-kun. He never called me before. What happened? Does he want me to help him? If so, I will. I truly feel that way.
監督ですか？
Tell him to run.
お仕事中にすみませんでした。
いえいえ、気になさらないでください。どうかなさいましたか？
車を持っている人が
車ですか？ええ、ありますよ。
実は今沖宮のおもちゃ屋さんの前にいるんです。ミオンのおじさんのおもちゃ屋じゃなくて、もう一軒の歯医者さんの近くにあるおもちゃ屋さんの方です。
It's a different one.
ああ、わかりますわかります。
それでサトコの誕生日プレゼントのぬいぐるみを変えたんですけど、大きくって自転車に積めないんです。
大きくって自転車に積めない？サトシ君、あなたどれだけ大きなぬいぐるみを買ったんですか？
I guess he didn't think about it and went to the toy store on his bicycle. Now he's stuck. That's so typical of him, I can't help but smile warmly. In other words, he can't carry both the bicycle and the teddy bear, so he wants me to come pick him up. I told him I'd be right over and headed to the toy store in Okinomiya. When I got there, I found that the teddy bear he bought is a lot bigger than I imagined.
これは
It's freaking huge.
大きいですね。確かにこれじゃ自転車は無理でしょう。
The teddy bear is so big that Satoshi-kun can hardly wrap his arms around it. If he puts it on his lap in the passenger seat, he won't be able to see anything. We loaded the bicycle in the back seat and stuffed the teddy bear in the trunk.
しかし、これだけの大きなぬいぐるみともなると高かったでしょう。
ええ、まあそこそこね。
At first I thought he was sweating because of the heat, but he's acting oddly. It's as if he has a high fever and his consciousness is coming and going.
どうしましたか？具合でも悪いんですか？
多分、いえ、風邪です。
Bruh. I guess that's just... Why are they using this face? It's so cute though.
それはよくありませんね。診療所に寄っていきませんか？具合を見てあげましょう。
ありがとうございます。
When he called earlier, he didn't sound this way. Did he become ill all of a sudden?
どうぞ、リクライニングを倒して楽にしてください。冷房が強すぎませんか？大丈夫ですか？
His face is turning pale. I can tell he has a high fever. What the heck? Satoshi-kun was pushing himself to buy this teddy bear. A teddy bear this size can't be that cheap. For him to earn enough money in such a short period of time, he must have worked hard and long hours. Maybe he felt relieved now that he got the teddy bear he wanted to buy. It's not unusual for a person to collapse after reaching his big goal.
しかし、よく頑張りましたね。こんなにも大きなぬいぐるみを。さとこちゃん、きっと喜ぶと思いますよ。
喜んで欲しいです。
喜びますよ。私が保証しちゃいます。
もうおばさんもいない。おじさんも帰ってこない。もうこれでサトコをいじめる人はいないんですよね。
そうですね。もうさとこちゃんをいじめる人はいません。だから これからはゆっくりと過ごしていいんです。
おばさんはいないんですよね。死んだんですもんね。
Ooh.
はい、確かに死にました。
Is it like, did Satoko like imagine seeing her again? Kind of like what happened in Higurashi, where Satoko saw the uncle?
検視には私も立ち会っています。間違いありませんよ。だからもう二度と聡子ちゃんをいじめたりはしません。
本当に
Yeah.
おばさんが死んでるのは。
はい、間違いなく。
じゃあたまに通りすが
Ooh.
るおばさんにそっくりな人がいても、
Okay.
それはおばさんじゃないんですよね。
It's not the same. It's Satoshi. Interesting.
おばさんが実は生きてて退院してきたとか、そういうんじゃないんですよね。
ええ、そんなことはありえません。二度と私たちの前に現れることはありませんよ。
じゃああの人、あれもよく似てるけどおばさんじゃないんですよね。ですよね。
Satoshi-kun pointed at an oncoming car in fear. Of course, the car passed so quickly that I couldn't see her face. But no matter how much she looks like her, it's not possible for her to be alive.
ほら、あの人もあんなにそっくりでも、おばだって僕を見ましたよ。
落ち着いてください、サトシ君。おばさんは完全に死にました。だからどんなに似ていてもそれはおばさんではありません。
似てる似てる。いや違う、本当におばさんなんだ。おばさんがまだあんなに殺したのに、あんなに殴ったのに、なんで
I can only try to stay calm and drive. Satoshi-kun is losing his cool. He's delusional. He's seen his aunts coming back from the dead. Hello, train. Oh no. The music, dude. You know it's not good. Then I finally realize Satoshi-kun is displaying symptoms of the terminal stage. I need to examine him once I get to the clinic. It's different from Satoko-chan's case. We already have the cure. We can treat Satoshi-kun. If I talk to the mountain gods, they'll take the care of the murder of his aunt. So I can both save him from going terminal and give him back his peaceful days with Satoko-chan. He was deranged until just a minute ago, but now he's gone quiet. He didn't fall asleep. I must get to the clinic while Satoshi-kun remains in this calm state. There's no guarantee that he won't attack me while I'm driving. As if he knows what is going through my head, Satoshi-kun spoke to me quietly.
監督、これってやっぱりお社様のたたりなんでしょうか。
たたりなんかありません。どうか気を強く持ってください。
里子、ごめん。ぬいぐるみを買う直前まで僕はそのお金でどこか遠くに逃げてしまおうって思ってたんだ。だからそんな僕をお社様は許さなかったんだ。僕は兄失格なんだ。僕は
無理に喋らなくていいですよ。まぶたを閉じて休んでいてください。すぐに診療所に着きますからね。そうしたら具合のすぐ良くなる薬をあげますからね。
僕の血の中にもウジ虫が湧いてるのかな。かゆい。
書かないで。喉をかいてはいけません。
I'm feeling it, dude. I'm feeling sad. We arrived at the back door of the clinic. I slammed the brakes and stopped the car. Satoshi-kun has already started to claw at his throat. I can't stop him by myself. I asked for some help through the intercom. Some staff members came out immediately. Maybe Satoshi-kun was surprised to see so many people at once because he started to resist. I don't even need to run tests. He's at L5. He's reached the terminal stage, and his thoughts must be filled with delusions. Maybe he thinks that the staff members want to kill him. The staff members pinned his arms and laid down and gave him a shot to put him to sleep. I skipped the scream, I'm sorry. Playback.
すぐに治療しますから、しばらくの間楽にしていてください。
里子、
Please take care of Satoko. After saying those words, he fell unconscious.
あらあら、騒がしいと思ったら、これ
I'm
は何事です
talking
の？
This one's off limits. We're carrying him.
サトシ君が急性発症したようです。彼の日頃のストレスを考えれば、いつ発症してもおかしくなかったでしょう。いや、ぬいぐるみを買うまで自制心でそれをずっと抑え続けてきたに違いありません。
なんだか毎年綿流しになると生きた検体が手に入りますわね。これもお社様のたたりのおかげなのかしら。
I don't have time to listen to her nonsense. Oh, no, we didn't get answers. No, dude. Where's my answers? Does he die? We don't know. What does that even unlock? Can we get a spread of the sheet? So one's complete. Hey, we have Kichi Maibra. So these won't answer this. None of these will answer. Oh man, they're not telling us until later, huh? So we have this one next. We also have this one. Yeah, and then I think when we get here, I don't know, are these actual like hints? I don't know what the game board must be set up. Pretty sure that's after everything else, but I don't know, that was a good episode. Got some forward tier stuff. Didn't answer the major questions, except it does hard confirm Satoshi did do it. Not like Takano or Oishi baiting though. Oishi baiting was a while ago. I mean we gave up on that a while ago, but like, you know, the idea of Takano maybe pushing Satoshi into doing it was like a possibility, because she did basically do the third year curse. But for now, that's gonna be the end of this video. Next one, we're gonna head into the Teichi days, the happy Teichi days, and then we'll see what happens with those other pages and see what goes on there. Maybe we'll be revisiting some of the old arts. Should be fun. But thank you for watching as always, and hopefully I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.